So today we're going to be checking out Armani Code Absolu Gold and Stronger With You Leather. Now Stronger With You Leather is one of the newer Stronger With You flankers. I believe the newest is actually Stronger With You Absolutely. That one is one that I do have on order. I will be checking out. But leather is an exclusive edition. It's kind of hard to find, and it's going to be one that will usually stay that way. It's not going to be one that's going to be available all the time. At least that's my guess. This one's always going to probably be a little bit more tricky to pick up, but I have been very curious about it. The bottle looks awesome. The note breakdown looks great. The name sounds awesome, so I'm excited to try this one. And of course, Armani Code Absolu Gold. It's been out for a while. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the original Armani Code Absolu. Great fragrance, and I want to see the twist that Absolu Gold has, so I'm going to be giving you my first impressions on both of these today. So we have a whole lot of gold going on. Here are the two bottles. You can see Stronger With You Leather has a nice shiny finish to it, looks really nice, very flashy for sure. And then Armani Code Absolu Gold, a little bit more of a matte finish. It does have a little bit of a glossiness to it, but not nearly as reflective as Stronger With You Leather. Both bottles, though, do look really sharp. So which one should we start with? I think I'm actually going to start with Armani Code Absolu Gold. Like I said, I've been wanting to try this one for a long time. I just never really got around to grabbing a bottle of it. It's always been at retail, so just kind of been avoiding it. But let's go ahead, give it a spray on the tester strip, and see what we have. So honestly, right off the bat, it smells just like Armani Code Absolu. Get that sweetness, that vanilla touch, nice tonka bean in here, a little bit of fruitiness, and that's probably coming from the orange in here. It's kind of a creamy orange. This gives it a little bit of a sweet fruity touch up top, a little bit of a freshness, but it primarily is a sweet fragrance right off the bat. If you're a fan of the original Armani Code Absolu, you're going to like this one, of course. I'm going to go ahead and read off the official note breakdown. Up top, we have mandarin orange and green apple. In the mid, we have iris and saffron. And in the base, we have tonka bean, benzoin, gaiac wood, and cedar. So for sure, I pick up on both of the fruits right up top. Orange coming through, creaminess, the apple, just giving a little bit of a candied sweetness. But it's not really a fruity fragrance. Primarily what you're going to be getting here, for me, is that tonka bean, is a little bit of that benzoin, kind of alluding to a vanilla, kind of like you get in the original Absolu, and then a little bit of a woodiness. As of right now, on the tester strip, basically in the opening still, not really picking up on any of the iris yet. I'm not really getting any saffron either. Okay, so I've let this one sit here on the paper for a little while, and the longer it has sat here, the more that some of the spices do start to come through. You know, the saffron is starting to show itself. The iris is kind of coming through a little bit, just giving it a slightly floral, slightly powdery touch along with the tonka bean. So it does kind of separate itself from the original Absolu in that regard. The original for me is all about the vanilla, the suede, and the tonka bean. For me, this one does have that tonka bean and that benzoin, kind of alluding to a vanilla, but you're introducing some more spices to it, making it a little bit more mysterious and maybe just a little bit more sexy as well. One thing I can say for this one so far is that it's very strong. On the paper, just a couple sprays on the tester strip, it's really been projecting out. And actually the tester strip is sitting away from me right now, and I can still smell it. It does linger in the air, and it does seem to have quite a bit of strength and potency to it so far. This one is a parfum concentration, so you would expect some strength, and this one definitely is delivering so far. A full review will determine the longevity and the projection and stuff later on down the line, because I do want to cover this one more. But right off the bat, very positive so far. I'm glad to finally have this one. I'm glad to check it out. It seems to be strong, got a little bit of a spicy twist on that original Armani Code Absolu. Up next we have Stronger With You Leather by Emporio Armani. Excited to try this one as well. Really, I'm a pretty big fan of the Stronger With You line. Kind of falls into a similar category that Armani Code Profumo and Absolu Gold fall into, where they're sweet fragrances, and that will give you a youthful, kind of playful type of smell. And because of that, they will get called generic, they will get called kind of basic. I really think that this line, the Armani Code Absolu line, or Armani Code Profumo and Armani Code Absolu rather, are great fragrances. I think they do have something different going on. So I'm excited to try this leather version here. From what I've smelled so far, Stronger With You Intensely has been my favorite just because it's stronger than the original. The fresh version is alright, but let's see what the leather version is all about. And of course, I do have Absolutely on order as well, so we'll be checking that one out soon. But let's see Okay, so you do get that Armani Code Absolu opening right off the bat. Immediately though, it's not quite as sweet and borderline almost bubblegummy like the original and Intensely are. Right off the bat, you get a little bit more depth. You get a little bit more richness from this one. Now, it's not going to be something that is completely different than the DNA. So if you're someone who isn't a fan of Stronger With You Intensely, and you're looking for something that you are going to like from the line, this one still does have similarities. But it is a bit more dark, a bit more rich. It has a little bit more depth going on. And honestly, right from the first spray, leather isn't all that prominent for me. However, as I am letting it kind of settle down on the tester strip here, I am getting a bit more of a richness and a bit more of a leathery, kind of dark, masculine feel about it, and that would be coming from the leather. So the official note breakdown on this one, we have chestnut, elemi, and spices up top. In the mid, we have sage and lavender, and in the base, we have vanilla, leather, gaiac wood, and a little bit of oud, which I think is awesome. Not really picking up on any oud right now, but the leather is coming through a little bit of a spiciness in the opening. And of course you get that chestnut like you do get in Stronger With You and even the Intensely version. For me, it kind of smells like you're roasting marshmallows over the fireplace. It has this sweet, nutty type of smell. It's almost like you're getting that marshmallowy, kind of burning wood fire type of smell. And that's coming kind of from the chestnut there. And also that leather coming through, giving it a bit more of a masculine touch. Again, with fragrances like these, Stronger With You Intensely, the sweetness, the youthfulness, the playfulness is going to make it seem less masculine for a lot of people out there. But the leather in this one is going to help kind of bring it back. It's going to give it more of a rugged, masculine touch. And it does smell awesome so far. If you're a fan of the original DNA and you want something a bit darker, a bit more rich, perhaps maybe a bit less juvenile and designer-ish, Stronger With You Leather would be a great way to go. It is still a designer fragrance. It is still something that is going to be mass appealing. It's not like a niche quality fragrance all of a sudden, but honestly, it's pretty solid and I'm really enjoying this. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me. That was my first impressions on Stronger With You Leather and Armani Code Absolu Gold. Thought it would be cool to cover both of these in the same video just because of all this gold going on. Both are solid. Really impressed with these. Really, it's been hit or miss here lately with the videos I've been doing on first impressions. Granted, these are new as of this year. I believe Stronger With You Leather technically came out in 2020, and Absolute Gold came out probably in, 2019 or something. So these aren't really like brand new, hot off the press releases, which I do have more of those videos coming. But these two right here, solid. If you could grab either of these for a good price, meaning below retail, I would say they would both be great to pick up. Again, both of these are kind of similar where on discounters, it's going to be kind of hard to find. So if you're able to snag one on Facebook groups or eBay or whatever, definitely consider it. If you are a fan of either of these DNAs, I think these are solid, and I think you will really like them if you like the fragrances that came before them. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.